5 matches into this SSL Major Division season, and we've already seen 2 classes of team emerge, the proverbial haves and have-nots. The haves, a group of 4 teams within 2 points at the top of the standings, and the have-nots, teams struggling for form, with one team not even having a point on the board yet. Will this remain the same, or will we see some shakeup? Hello, everyone. I am Metafiction, and we start today with one of these proverbial have-nots. In fact, the team on 0 points, that being União Sao Paulo. They will host the current league leaders, AC Romana. As you can see, they're 12 points from their 5 matches so far. Sao Paulo, meanwhile, looking for their first point of the season, have lost all 5 of their matches in the league to this point. And it will be Sao Paulo starting us off left to right in the red and black, as that early pass is sent out by Fountain Floor. Sao Paulo, with that unusual formation that I didn't comment on, has won them a corner early on here. Jay Brisby's delivery headed clear by Q, and now it's Jerry for Romana who gets onto the end of it. Certainly a very unique setup Sao Paulo has had, but it's not really been helpful for them this season. Well, anything is possible here in the SSL. Here is Muller, meanwhile. Q sends it forward. And Vier, and it's taken a substantial deflection, and this is going down as an own goal. Well, Brednik Lever, very unlucky to be targeted with the blame of that. And Vier in the box tried to find, looked like Jerry, or perhaps Kimoatu, just clattering off of Lever. And that sums up the kind of season it's been thus far for Sao Paulo. Now here's DeFleur with a corner. And header straight up into the air. DeFleur gets it again. Kimoatu, and that's just over the bar. It looked like Urkel in goal might have had it covered anyway. Well, that's a catastrophic start for Sao Paulo. And another free kick for Romana. It is still coming. Nunez. And this time Urkel does need to push it over the bar, and does. And Vier winning the ball now for Romana. Tried the low cross, it was deflected behind by Selic, and will be another AC Romana corner. Jerry taking it this time. Lofted in, headed behind again, I believe that was Selic. Romana, of course, the reigning Major Division champions, looking to defend their titles. Jerry sends it in, pushed back by Urkel. Good reflexes. And Roar Selic eventually sending it back. Lexington trying the progressive pass, does find Genkal. There, the unfortunate score of that own goal earlier. Hurtling his dribble, though, intercepted by Nunez. Long ball was tended for Jerry, but Mayhem got to it, although Jerry does have possession now. It's a through ball for Pinkman. Lever there. Kimoatu still has it. Jerry, and another save out of Urkel. Not even 15 minutes in, Romana piling on the pressure here. Jerry sends in another corner that is headed clear, although it falls to Kimoatu. Nunez, that shot blocked by Habjanic. Now Romana breaking again. Here is Enevier in a lot of space. Lever trying to chase, but Enevier puts it past Stephen Urkel, and it is 2-0 to the Romans. Well, this is just about as clinical a counterattack as you can get. Ball landed to Jerry, found Enevier in acres of space, and from there it's just elite finishing by Pascal Enevier. The champions certainly living up to their title today. Timoatu from long range, and it takes a deflection behind. Here is corner, nearly headed in. I believe that was Smart who had that. It fizzed in, but Urkel able to push it behind again. And this time Smart's header not as accurate. Brisky's long cross, trying to find Selic, but 3 Roman defenders there to intercept it. Now Romana coming forward again. Here's Jerry. Timoatu back to Jerry. Finds DeFleur out on the far wing. He cuts inside. Potential chance here. And it is Fallon DeFleur who makes it 3 for AC Romana. Well, AC Romana putting Sao Paulo to the sword. Some good agility, some good dribbling there by Fallon DeFleur. Weaving inside the defense and just tucking it in at the far post. We're not even 30 minutes in yet. Romana pushing for a 4th on this corner, but goes into the side netting. Sao Paulo really going to need to find some answers if they want to get a point, not just from this match, but at this rate, perhaps this season. They've not really been at it thus far this season. Certainly not for lack of trying, as Selic hits the post. Well, it certainly isn't for lack of trying. As I said, that Sao Paulo has been unlucky this season, but that chance very nearly going in. But now at the other end, here's Timoatu, who sends it back to the floor. Dealt with by Brisky, and now Lund with the safe foot. Or was it? Now here is Anavier again. Back to Q, and it's saved again by Steven Urkel. Romana with all manner of attacking highlights thus far, as that corner headed up into the air. And it's another deflection and another corner. And this time Urkel claiming it out of the air. As I was saying, it certainly isn't for lack of trying that Sao Paulo are pointless, pardon the pun, this season, but certainly with questions to answer. No such questions for Romana, as Timoatu's shot blocked by Mayhem, and that long shot just going wide. Passing it along their back contingent as we have entered added time for the first half. Only 2 minutes added on. Q trying to find Jerry. Anavier releases Pinkman. Contested by Mayhem. Pinkman crossing in, and it's headed down. It's hard to tell who that was. That might have been Jerry. And it is definitely Jerry to take this corner. Jerry back with it and is offside. Only seconds before halftime. Sao Paulo perhaps thankful for the break, I would imagine. But there is still one last moment before that, and Romana trying to take advantage of it. Nunez up the near wing. Crosses in. Headed into the air. Falls to Anavier. Urkel with another acrobatic save. And they will not take the corner, and instead the referee blows for halftime. And look at those stats for AC Romana. 22 shots, 10 of them on target. 60% possession, and 2.7 XG. It has been, I use this phrase a lot, but it truly has been one-way traffic in favor of AC Romana thus far. Sao Paulo in a lot of trouble, down 3 goals. Can they find a way back into this match, or is it all she wrote? 45 minutes will give us the answer. It is Romana who get us started here. And immediately, Jerry drawing a foul from Levere. Levere already in the score sheet on the wrong end, had that own goal that opened the scoring. Now here's Kimoatu for Romana. Crosses in, and it was Jerry who nearly put it past the keeper for a 4th time today. Corner comes in, but headed back out again. Nunez now back to Q. Q with a shot from range. It was right at Urkel. DeFleur sending the corner in. Dealt with for the moment, but Romano retained possession. And it has to be noted, despite the scoreline, Steven Urkel has put in an excellent performance thus far, all told. Has been called into action many times, made some excellent saves, and you could argue at least 2 of the goals against him have not really been anything he could do anything about, as Jerry squares it! And that one nearly took another deflection, and that was almost a second own goal. Calamity at the back for Sao Paulo again, this time not made to pay for it. Long ball headed out for Lund. Sao Paulo trying to engineer something. Tackle put in by Kimoatu and ball over the top, headed back. And Romana breaking again. With inevitability almost, as Pinkman finds Nunez, finds Muller, finds the net! VAR looking at it. Was Muller onside? No, he was not. That goal will not stand. It was a brilliant piece of passing there. But as you can see, Jurgen Muller about a foot or 2 behind the last defender. And so it remains 3-0 for the time being. Sao Paulo now winning the ball. Has that buoyed their spirits? Lund's through ball. Finds only DeFleur. Although Habjanic nabs it off a cue. Ball to Selic and Tortellini. And Elmas the Heretic called into action. It will be Brisky to send in the corner. Into the box. And Elmas the Heretic claiming with little trouble. Not really asked a lot of today, Elmas the Heretic. Not had to do much. Nunez, meanwhile, to Q, to Inavier, back to Nunez, and that's well over the bar. "20 minutes remain. Deficit remains 3-0. Romana, it has to be said, not really in much danger, as Mahan's free kick headed down and back again. Jerry sends it to Nunez. The 1-2 as Nunez cuts inside. Finds space and forces another save out of Urkel. Corner eventually sent clear by Habjanic. Well, it's going to be a very tight title race this year, and the champions are going to need as much help as they can get, as Inavier dribbles past the defender. And now it is 4-0 to AC Romana. The champions comfortable on their throne. And Vier dribbling past Brisky, getting just enough space to put the ball onto his left foot. And from there, it's academic. "10 minutes remain. AC Romana with a 4-0 lead. And continuing to pressure for yet more. Here's Pinkman. Had a shot that, well, speculative might be generous to describe that. An absolutely dominant performance by the reigning champions AC Romana here. Sao Paulo still looking for their first point of the season. And with performances like that, you have to wonder, can AC Romana really do it a second time in a row? And that is that here in Brazil. The hosts concede 4 to the champions AC Romana. 1, an unfortunate own goal. The rest, excellent finishing. A comprehensive performance by the Romans. Ana Vieira, the captain, wins player of the match with 2 goals. And Fallon de Flor contributing the extra. And with performances like that, Romana may be the favorites to retain. But they are not alone in this title race. In fact, 2 of their closest rivals are about to play each other to determine the pecking order. On one hand, SFV, Black Forest, Schwarzwälder Fußballverein, whatever you want to call them, a bona fide title contender once again. Their opponents, perhaps a surprise package, CA Buenos Aires. After some lean seasons in recent, seasons, they've put together a potentially intriguing title chase here. Level on points going into the day with Romana. Now they face a stiff test in the Black Forest outfit. Black Forest with that 3 at the back. Buenos Aires with a modified 4-2-3-1 there. Going to be a very interesting clash of tactical styles. Second versus third. This match could have serious implications on the title race. And it is Black Forest who will get us started in the black and white stripes, going left to right. As I alluded to earlier, Buenos Aires having some struggles in recent seasons with the league stewardship and massive underperformances, but they seem to be putting something together here as Vandersloot's cross trying to find Panda. Instead, Saran Satsral claims it out of the air. It's a very unique formation from Schwarzwälder, the 5-2-2-1. Very centrally focused, but with a lot of room for those wingbacks to maraud up and down the flanks. Could perhaps cause havoc for that Buenos Aires back line. Bull with the through ball to Whittington. Whittington dribbling into the box, and it takes a deflection off of Che Guevara. And it will be a Black Forest kick from the corner. A corner kick, if you will, on just about 15 minutes. Oradian sends it near post. Near post from our perspective, anyway. Hackett over the bar and wide. Now Peterson. And it's in the back of the net from Owen 44. Well, that one came off of the throw-in from Peterson. It found Maximiliano, who played it back to Peterson, lofting it in the air, and Owen 44 with the header gets past Nissan Cabri. SFB taking the initiative just under 20 minutes. And now Faradian sends it to Hakkinen. We could have two here. Diane to Maxwell. Maximiliano. And it's behind for another corner. Second attempt at the corner. Diane again out to Hakkinen. Finds 44. 44 well wide of the target. Now it's Buenos Aires' turn to come forward. Harrison to Panda. Back to Harrison. Back to Panda. Weaving in and out of the defense here. Munoz falls back out to Knight. But the ball in is deflected and ends up with SFB. Here's 44. Under pressure, has to send it back. And the move stalled briefly for SFB. Trying to find an opening here. Hakkinen threw a ball to 44. 44! Was he onside? It would be 2-0 if this stands. Cabri beaten for a second time. VAR looking at it. It will not stand. Owen 44 is offside. It remains 1-0. And there on the replay, at least a yard, possibly two, offside. About as clear as it gets. And Buenos Aires still in with a shout here. Munoz. Brooks Patron dispossessed by Maximiliano, and now SFB trying to come forward. Though Hakkinen tackled by Brooks Patron. Now here's Bradford. Contested by Maxwell. Sends back. Bradford again into the box, and it's in the back of the net, this time for Buenos Aires. Well, what a swing this has been. In just a matter of moments, it's gone from potentially being 2-0 to SFB to being 1-1. And it's an excellent finish from Bradford there. Top corner. Saran Stroll can't get to it. And it is game on here in the Black Forest. Pearson's dribble intercepted by Vandersloot. Munoz to Brooks Patron. Both teams trying to disrupt each other's passing. For the moment, it seems Buenos Aires won out. Although as soon as I say that, SFB with a chance. Owen 44 shot from range, and Cabri able to get to it easily. Then to now. Brooks Patron can't get it under control. SFB on the counter. Here is Whittington. Contested by Panda. Back to Plink. And DN sends it over the bar. Well, SFB having the bulk of the chances, but not able to make the count. 8 shots thus far, only 2 on target. DN with the corner. This time to Hakkinen to 44 again. Hakkinen sends it over the top to 44, and 44 once again rolled offside. Buenos Aires have the 1-1, did well to equalize. Now, can they find a goal that puts them in the lead? Well, that pass is not going to help, as Tali's pass intercepted by Peterson, who brings it forward for the Black Forest. Cross into the box, only finds Buenos Aires heads, and Deanne's shot. A valiant effort, but once again over the bar. SFB lacking that cutting edge. Vandersloot back tonight, but the pass off target. Guevara. And now Brooks Patron to Lind. Up the flank to Vandersloot. Tries to knock it past Peterson. Cross in. Finds Panda at the near side. Rebuffed by Maximiliano. And the header by Bradford goes off the bar and behind. Only 1 minute remains of stoppage time. SFB trying to manufacture something just before the break here. Maximiliano threw a ball to Whittington. Whittington with a chance. And that's over the bar. And it will go into the half 1-1. And Schwarzwalder with 11 shots, but only 2 on target. Buenos Aires, for their part, with 4 shots, 1 on target. Neither team really able to find that cutting edge, but certainly an exciting game nonetheless. And it is anybody's guess who will come out of this one. Remember, both these teams second and third in the table going into today's matches. Buenos Aires level on points at the start of the action with Romana on 12. Schwarzwalder just one behind on 11. As we start the second half, and Whittington immediately fouling the Buenos Aires player, will not be booked for it, though. No bookings yet for Schwarzwalder. Meanwhile, Buenos Aires have bookings for Vandersloot and Soren Panda. Could that be a factor as we go further into this game? In the meantime, here is SFB. Peterson up the near wing, contested by Vandersloot. Chain of passing in. Deanne tripped up. Whittington forces a save out of CABA. And with the corner for Schwarzwalder. Len's hacking it on the edge of the box, and that shot not on target. One of these teams is going to need to find one moment of quality to really pull themselves apart. And what's this? Vandersloot being talked to by the referee. Hakkinen is down, and Vandersloot has been sent off with a second yellow card. Well, my goodness, that came out of nowhere. But Vandersloot has been sent off. Buenos Aires playing the rest of this match with only 10 players. Well, that is a gutting moment for Buenos Aires. Schwarzwalder have had the upper hand for most of the match in terms of chances. Now, with one fewer defender, could that make the difference? Here is Whittington. Blocked. Munoz with it and sending it long, only as far as Schenkinger. And quickly brought back up the field. Maximiliano hacking into Deanne. 44! Just over the bar. And it looks like they were ruled for offside again. Well, this has changed the calculus somewhat in this match. Buenos Aires, with 11 players, you would think would be able to just about hold on, but with the extra player, Schwarzwalder might be able to pull something out here as Whittington's shot blocked again. Buenos Aires missing Vandersloot on that right wing now. Now here is Whittington. Cross in. Peterson was lurking. It does have the ball now, and it's saved by Cabri again. Schwarzwalder continuing to pile on the pressure. Deanne out to Hakkinen again. Deanne sends it into the box. That could have been scary with a lot of players in that 6-yard box. But it is held by Cabri. Another corner, though. Hacking into 44, and that's well off target. "20 minutes that Buenos Aires have to hold on now." Turns to 15. There's another corner for SFB. Deanne to Hakkinen. And again, and once more, here is Plink. Maxwell at the edge of the box, and that could be decisive. Some quick 1-2s there at the far side of the box from Deanne and Hakkinen. Hakkinen eventually found Plink. Maxwell was in a lot of space. It looked like it might have deflected off Brooks Patron just slightly, making it hard for Cabri to get a handle on it. And after all that, SFB lead 2-1 with just over 10 minutes to play. Buenos Aires pushing forward now. Well, here's Panda just inside the box, and Saran Setral pushes it behind for a corner. Despite being down to 10 players, Buenos Aires still fighting for it. You'll love to see it. Brooks Patron's corner, though, held by Saran Setral. Only 5 minutes remain. Buenos Aires running out of time to get something out of this match. Knight with the cross in. Falls to Panda. And you have to think if Panda could have gotten it onto one of their feet rather than their head, that could have been an equalizer. But as it is, Saran Setral claims it out of the air. Now Peterson to Hakkinen. Peterson again. And Bull forces the corner at the other end. And a third goal really would put this away for SFB. Deanne sending it in. And Panda getting the foot in. Referee calling a penalty. Did not like the challenge from Panda. Panda also on a booking. VAR looking at it. And the penalty has been given. It will be 44 to take. 44 to put the dagger in the hearts of Buenos Aires. But Cabri, what a penalty save from Misag Cabri. Buenos Aires not dead and buried just yet. Hakkinen with the long shot goes wide. Well, swings and roundabouts here in the Black Forest. But it seems Buenos Aires are going to run out of time here. It was a brave effort, down to 10 players. But in the end, Schwarzwalder will take the 3 points today. Well, it was a competitive game throughout, although in the end, Schwarzwalder did have the bulk of the chances. 25 shots with only 6 on target. The missed penalty in the end of no real account. And SFV do make it through with a gutsy win here. Misag Cabri is named your player of the match for that penalty save. But it's cold comfort as Buenos Aires gained nothing in terms of points. But they still remain in the title race. Only 3 points behind AC Romana as it stands. Now we turn our attention to the Nintendo, where Tokyo SC hosts Hollywood FC in a match of those proverbial have-nots I mentioned at the top of the episode. Neither team having an especially auspicious start to this campaign. Tokyo with only 3 points thus far. Will be going with their 4-2-4 that they've been using of late. Hollywood, meanwhile, deploying the 4-1-4-1 with that wonder kid striker Garrett Closa up front. Tokyo on 3 points, Hollywood on 6. It really is a tale of two teams here. On the one hand, you have Hollywood FC with the noted emphasis on building through the draft, assembling a core of young players that will grow into a cohesive, powerful unit over time. On the other hand, you have Tokyo SC, one of the oldest squads, if not the oldest, in the SSL in terms of season created, and perhaps in need of a rebuild of their own. Here is Hollywood with the ball, although intercepted. Kaido into Greer. Rise 1-2 with Kaido. Kaido trying to find Ibrahimovic there at the near post, but doesn't quite get it on target, and it's Tokyo with the first possible chance here. Ibrahimovic into Soderberg, but Soderberg's touch not quite good enough. Although with the pass, and Franco Torres heads it over the bar. Tokyo winning possession again, although quickly losing it to Hollywood. Ibrahimovic does get to it though, and now Franco Torres finds Kaido. Kaido cutting inside. Looked for Kennedy, but didn't quite get it on target there. Now Hollywood breaking. Here is Brooks on the far wing. Greer chasing. Adamu there for the tackle. Kaido sending it back. Skyrise finds Greer. Greer surging past Brooks. Crosses in. Couldn't quite find Ibrahimovic. Now here is Scud Muffin. Soderberg with the tackle, but it goes to Martel. Torres with a tackle of his own. Now it's Cormier, who sends it in right to the feet of Greer. Rise, now for Kaido. Back into Rise. Kennedy. Through ball. It's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. If the goal stands, it'll be Tokyo who's opened the scoring here. VAR having a look, and it will not stand. Once again, a goal ruled out for offside. Ibrahimovic tried to get back on, but that foot was well offside. And so it remains 0-0. Well, for all my talk of age at the beginning of this match, Tokyo have had all of the shots so far. Dieter, though, with the cross into Martel. Now another cross in, and into the air. Gerd Klose. Brooks fires, forces a save out of Dobby Rube. It will be a Hollywood corner here. This one headed clear by Shinji Kaido. Kurt Lightning. The pass for Dieter, intercepted by Kaido. And now Tokyo on the break. Kaido to the touchline, end line. Sky Rise, doesn't matter what line it is. The only line that matters is the goal line. And Sky Rise puts the ball over it. Kaido with the dribble, just able to get into space at the end line, not the touch line, I apologize. And Rise finishes it. And it is 1-0. Well, Sky Rise noted for the finishing edge, showing it off there in Tokyo with the early advantage here. Visser now with the cross, and it's claimed out of the sky by Dexter Hall. Headed down for Soderberg. Kaido Tried to lay it off for Kennedy. Does get to Kennedy. Sky Rise and dinks it past the keeper. And in a matter of minutes, Tokyo SC have scored 2. It's a brace for Sky Rise. Kennedy did get onto the end of that. It looked like the pass had been broken up, but Tokyo able to benefit from a little bit of fortune there. Here's Cameron Bailey sending in the cross. Now Brooks trying to pull one back for Hollywood, but dispossessed. Now Rise to Soderberg. Some quick passing up the far flank. Shinji Kaido challenged by Lovrich. Crosses in. Ibrahimovic heads down to Gunnar Kennedy, and Gunnar Kennedy makes it 3. Well, the dam has well and truly burst here in Tokyo. Kennedy had the ball put on a plate for them. And just like that, Tokyo have seized control of this one. Whereas now, to Ibrahimovic, who can't get it on target. Well, headed down, eventually finds its way to Greer. Knocking it up the wing, trying to get past Brooks. Cross in, Ibrahimovic, just wide of the post. Well, this is the sort of performance Tokyo were hoping for. Been a slow start to the season, but at last it seems to have clicked for them. They go into the break with a 3-0 advantage over Hollywood FC. 14 shots for Tokyo, only 4 on target, but 3 of those ending up in the back of the net. So I don't think they'll be complaining. Is this the benefit of experience over youth? Or can Hollywood find a way back into this through sheer youthful determination? It's a tall order, but this is a talented young group in Hollywood. Although Tokyo winning it from the kickoff. Here's Visser, dispossessed by Scud Muffin, and Cormier sends it long. Last season, Gerd Klose was one of the rare draftees to immediately find their way into the major division starting lineup, but certainly justifying the faith put in them by management. And once again, Cormier has made their life, have made a start to their SSL life in the major division. It's a strategy that seems to have, that in broad strokes will pay off for Hollywood in the long term, but for the time being, it's Tokyo with the advantage. As Greer's corner sent in, Ibrahimovic got ahead to it, but Hall always there to get to it. Greer with another chance from the corner. Sent in. This time Ibrahimovic heads it over the bar. Torres with the long ball forward to Ibrahimovic. Crossing in to Sky Rise. Off the bar for Sky Rise on a hat trick. And now, can Hollywood break here? It's Cameron Bailey. Forward to Scud Muffin. Do they have the numbers? Muffin forced out wide. and nothing comes of the move. Tokyo trying to build from the back, but ultimately Rube will send it long. Falls to Scud Muffin. Muffin beats Visser for pace. Martel on the edge of the box finds Lightning. Found Brooks. Brooks ruled offside and the shot off the post. Dieter. Now Lightning. Sends it back to the near flank. Dieter trying to find Brooks there, but Greer able to cut it out. Now here is Kaido. Kaido weaving around Dieter. Through ball to Rise. Forces the save out of Dexter Hall. And it will be another Tokyo corner. Rise lurking at the far post. Instead finds Adamu. Forces another save out of Dexter Hall, but Ibrahimovic with the shot, and it trickles in just over the line. Well, Hollywood will feel hard done by on that shot. Ibrahimovic's header reflected off of Hall. Goal line technology there showing that it just barely crossed the line. I think it did. It's hard to tell from that angle, to be quite frank. But it will go down as a goal for Tokyo, and it is 4-0 in the late stages of this one. Visser with the ball on the far flank. Kennedy through ball to Torres. Torres staying on side, crosses in to Shinji Kaido, and that is 5-0. Visser doing well to find the space between Muffin and Cormier there. And Torres with the cross. Kaido able to get up over Brooks to put that into the net. And it has been a phenomenal performance from Tokyo, and they are not done just yet. Soderbergh through ball to Rise on a hat trick off the post and offside anyway. Time ticking down. Tokyo with 5 goals, perhaps looking for a 6th off this free kick. Through ball to Rise again. Rise with the hat trick if it stands. Did Rise go too early? Yes, he did. The goal is disallowed. And it's another goal ruled out for Tokyo here. Rise going well too early. At least a yard off. But it doesn't matter. Well, they say you can't win anything with kids. Whether or not that's true, Hollywood certainly haven't won this match. It is Tokyo who take the 3 points with a 5-0 victory. Skyrise with the brace. Goals also from Kennedy, Torres, and the player of the match, Shinji Kaido, recording a goal and an assist. As for Hollywood, it is a day that they will presumably hope to forget sooner rather than later. A big boost for Tokyo's season, not so much for Hollywood. It is 5-0 from the Nintendo. And now to our final match of the day. It will be Reykjavik United, one of the other title contenders, against CF Catalunya. Reykjavik, of course, unseated last season by Romana after winning 3 titles in a row. Will they be able to reclaim their crown? The rest of the season will show, but Reykjavik certainly looking fairly impressive in these early stages. Reykjavik currently fourth as the results of today's matches would go into second with a win here. It is the home team Reykjavik, starting us off right to left in the green. Andrews past Kamanova, tried to find the through ball to Rashford, but nothing doing. Kamanova with a throw in. Here's Delo, challenged by Ramirez. Shot rebuffed by Chicken. Here is Furious Chicken now. Send the ball in, Scarpetta. Through over the top for Zizou Lopta. And Zizou Lopta makes it 1-0 to Reykjavik within 10 minutes. They were playing it along their back line, and then Ramirez found the run of Lopta. Neuer came out for it. Lopta able to tuck it over Neuer and into the net. And Reykjavik with the advantage here. And it's Arasov now. Found Chicken in the box, and it's blocked and sent behind for a corner. Furious Chicken to send in the corner. And it's headed clear by Port Tenderloin. Now I'm starting to get hungry. Chicken dribbling into the box, and it squared it for Lopta again, this time saved. Here is Arasov though. Can't find a teammate, pressured and eventually into the hands of Neuer. Kamanova's pass looked a little suspect, but Ruma able to get to it. Staines dispossessed now. Reykjavik with a good chance here. Here's Jore, out to Lopta. Jore again, here's Arasov. Laid off for Andrews. And Andrews potentially fouled in the box here. Referee is going over to the screen. VAR could decide whether Reykjavik gets the penalty here. And it is indeed a penalty. Jean-Claude goddamn to take. And makes no mistake. And it is Reykjavik 2, Catalonia 0. Well, the foul, I'm not entirely sure whether that was a penalty, whether that was penalty worthy or not, but it was given, and Reykjavik certainly the happier of the two teams. Now Catalonia looking to break, finding themselves in a 2-goal deficit, although the pass intercepted, and here come Reykjavik again. Lopta through to Arasov, and Arasov forces a save out of Neuer. Chicken's corner headed out. Winning a throw, but comes to nothing. Another deep throw in for Reykjavik here. Arasov to Ramirez, trying to find Jore, although pressured, and Maple gets onto it, although it's back with Reykjavik. Andrews found Jean-Claude Goddamn, but JCGD ruled offside. And it will stay at 2-0 unless this corner manufactures a goal. Back out to Chicken. Lopta forced wide by Neuer, and again another corner. But it will not be taken, and we do indeed go into the half. Reykjavik 2, Catalonia 0. Catalonia have had barely any of this match. 61% possession for Reykjavik, 9 shots, 6 on target. Catalonia with just the 1 shot. And this match has Reykjavik all over it right now. Reykjavik, of course, know this title race that they are almost certain to be a part of once again. Every goal is going to count. Meanwhile, Catalonia with a chance to potentially play spoiler here. Throw an early wrench into the Icelanders' title challenge. But in order to do that, they will have to buck up their ideas as they are 2-0 down here at the start of the second half. Lopta with the cross and Furious Chicken from a very tight angle. And Reykjavik coming out of the break swinging once again. Well, what more can you say about that? An incredible finish from Furious Chicken. And just like that, the deficit expands to 3. Now Chicken with a corner. And it's another one for Reykjavik United, Roberto Scarpetta. And if there was any hope of Catalonia salvaging something from this, it might have just vanished. Scarpetta with the finish over Neuer. And Reykjavik now lead 4-0. Well, that is about as bad a start to the second half as you could have imagined for Catalonia. Lopta sending the free kick in. Headed clear by Budget Busquets. Rashford, though. Now Scarpetta. Zizou Lopta, but dispossessed by Kamenova. And now VAR has given another penalty here. Zizou Lopta did go down from the challenge of Kamenova. No penalty given. They are ruling that Kamenova's challenge was in fact clean, and so Reykjavik not given a second penalty. Now here's a chance at the other end for Catalonia. Headed out for Staines. Back to Mann. Mann can't quite tuck it inside the post and ruled offside anyway. Now it's Reykjavik's turn with the corner. Chicken sends it in. And it's headed over by Scarpetta. Can't quite get a second goal there. Felix Arasov, dribbling through the defense, gets past Staines, crosses, and it's off the foot of Miko Rashford. Reykjavik United are rampant. A comprehensive performance from the contingent from Iceland. Arasov with the low cross, Rashford able to get the foot in. And what a finish. 10 minutes to play. It is Reykjavik 5, Catalonia 0. Catalonia scrambling for any sort of consolation from this. Tenderloin trying to dribble into the middle. Tenderloin to man, through ball to Maple. Maple finds Amore Delo, and Amore Delo has one back for Catalunya. Well, it won't change the outcome of this one, but it has to be cathartic at the very least. Delo's shot took a substantial deflection off of the diver, but Delo will be credited for the goal anyway. It is now 5-1 in favor of Reykjavik, although JCGD wins the ball. Yore to Rashford from distance, and Neuer holds it. It's been a very eventful match, but in the end, Reykjavik showing their dominance, taking the game by the scruff of the neck. Although here is Delo, perhaps one more for Catalunya, and VAR getting involved again as another penalty potentially given here. Staines brought down by Arasov, and this could be a penalty for Catalunya. And it is indeed given. Well, again, this won't really affect the result, but the scoreline will be somewhat friendlier as Dogwood Maple puts it past the keeper. Well, it's a textbook penalty, and Catalunya will at least have narrowed the deficit somewhat. But though they win that battle, they will have lost the war that is this match. Although they are coming forward again, perhaps for one more. Delo to Staines. Staines from distance, just wide. And there goes the final whistle. Reykjavik United victorious on this occasion with an absolute torrent of goals. Catalunya scoring 2 of their own, but it is Reykjavik with 5 goals to their name, staking their claim in this title race. Felix Arasov will get the plaudits for player of the match there with an assist. 5 different goal scorers for Reykjavik, a team effort. Kudos to Amore Delo and especially Dogwood Maple for the goal and the assist. Delo with a goal of their own, but it wasn't to be for Catalunya on this occasion. Reykjavik United, your winners by a score of 5-2. And that will wrap up our action for today. Before we leave you, we'll take one more look at the results and the table. Romana beating Sao Paulo 4-0. Sao Paulo still looking for their first point. Schwarzwälder with a nail-biting 2-1 victory over Buenos Aires. Tokyo humbling Hollywood 5-0. And Reykjavik United 5-2, you just saw, against Catalunya. Romana in first place as it stands, but only 3 points separate them and fourth place Buenos Aires. In fact, 15, 14, 13, 12, Romana, SFV, Reykjavik, Buenos Aires. Well, one thing's for sure, it's going to be a very, very spicy title race. We hope you'll join us next time. Until then, this has been Metafiction. Thank you for joining us. Take care.